They vanished into the unknown. 5 lives, 5 chilling disappearances. No witnesses, no answers, no closure. Each case more unsettling than the last, each mystery still unsolved. Each disappearance defies explanation and demands to be remembered. In August 2013, 19-year-old college student Bryce Laspisa was driving from his college in Northern California to his parents' home in Laguna Niguel. But something was off. He began acting strangely, giving away personal items and sending unsettling messages to his girlfriend. At one point, Bryce sat in his parked car near Castaic Lake for hours, from midnight until dawn. A roadside assistance worker even checked on him, but Bryce insisted he was fine. Just a few hours later, his vehicle was found overturned and abandoned at the bottom of a nearby embankment. The back window had been smashed from the inside, and the car was empty. According to investigations, Bryce had been taking medications intended for treating ADHD while consuming alcohol. A combination that may have played a significant role in the unsettling changes in his behavior leading up to his disappearance. Despite massive searches, helicopters, and scent-tracking dogs, Bryce was never found. There were no signs of foul play, and no confirmed sightings. Did he walk away to start a new life? Suffer a mental breakdown, or did something, or someone, stop him from ever making it home? To this day, the fate of Bryce Laspisa remains one of California's most haunting modern mysteries. On October 24, 1961, 31-year-old housewife Joan Risch vanished from her Lincoln, Massachusetts home in the middle of the afternoon. Her kitchen was a mess, blood smeared on the walls and floor, a tipped-over phone, and a trail of bloody fingerprints leading outside. Her 2-year-old son was found safe in his crib. Her car remained in the driveway. Strangely, a set of encyclopedias was left open in her study, to a chapter on disappearances. A neighbor reported seeing a woman matching Joan's description walking along the road, seemingly dazed and holding something red. But the sighting was never confirmed. And just weeks before, Joan had checked out several books from the library, all related to missing persons cases. Over 6 decades later, the mystery of Joan Risch is still unsolved, and deeply unsettling. In the summer of 2000, 16-year-old Molly Bish had just started her dream job, working as a lifeguard at Commons Pond in the quiet town of Warren, Massachusetts. On the morning of June 27th, Molly's mother dropped her off at the pond around 10 a.m. Everything seemed normal, until hours later, when children began arriving to find the lifeguard chair empty. Molly was gone. Her belongings, a backpack, sandals, and whistle, were left behind, undisturbed. Just a day earlier, Molly's mother had seen a strange man in a white car watching the pond. She thought little of it at the time, but would later describe the man to police. He was never identified, despite exhaustive searches involving police, helicopters, and volunteers. No trace of Molly was found for 3 years. Then, in 2003, her remains were discovered in a remote wooded area just 5 miles from the pond. Her body had been deliberately hidden. No suspect has ever been arrested. 21 years later, suspicion would fall on a man named Francis Sumner, a convicted sex offender with a disturbing past. Some investigators believed he might be connected to Molly's disappearance. Sumner died in 2016, taking any secrets he held to the grave. His death was a blow to the investigation, and another dead end in a case filled with them. To this day, the disappearance and death of Molly Bish remains one of Massachusetts' most haunting cold cases. Sneha and Philip was a 31-year-old doctor living in New York City. On September 10, 2001, she went shopping in Lower Manhattan, her last confirmed appearance. The next day, the Twin Towers fell. Initially presumed to be a 9/11's victim, her case took a strange turn. No one saw her enter the towers. Surveillance showed her shopping at department stores the day before, alone and calm. Her husband claimed she may have gone to help at Ground Zero, but her badge was never scanned, and no one reported seeing her there. Investigators later uncovered that Sneha had been struggling, legal troubles, tension in her marriage, and late nights spent out. Could she have used the chaos of 9/11s to vanish? Or did she become one of its undocumented casualties? In 2008, a court ruled she likely died in the attacks. But many, including her family, still wonder. Was Sneha Philip a victim of terror, or did she use terror to disappear? Brian Shaffer was 27 years old, a second-year medical student, and by all appearances, he had it all. Smart, charismatic, and planning a vacation to Miami with his girlfriend. But on the night of March 31, 2006, everything changed. Brian went out with friends to celebrate the start of spring break in Columbus, Ohio. They visited several bars before ending up at the Ugly Tuna Saloon, tucked away at the top of an escalator with only one visible entrance, monitored by security cameras. At 1:55 a.m., Brian was seen on surveillance chatting and laughing with two women outside the bar. Moments later, he walks back toward the entrance and vanishes. Cameras caught everyone entering and exiting the bar that night, everyone except Brian. Frame by frame, they combed through the footage. He never left. The rear exit led to a construction site filled with debris and no lighting. Dangerous, but it was searched thoroughly by dogs, search teams, even helicopters. Nothing. His car remained untouched in the parking garage. His phone went silent, his bank account frozen in time. Theories quickly surfaced. Did something happen inside the bar? Did he stage his disappearance? Or did he find a hidden exit that no one else knew existed? Nearly 2 decades later, Brian's last smile on camera is all that remains. A man who walked into a bar and was never seen again.